Hey guys, how are y'all doing today? It's your friend Matt here again, and welcome back to another Borderlands 2 video. Today I wanted to cover my top 5 favorite shotguns in the game, so let's get started. First weapon I have is the Twister Shotgun, which is found in the third DLC in Borderlands 2, Sir Hammerlock's Big Game Hunt. It is dropped from a hidden boss known as Omd Ock, or as some people like to call him because the name is quite long and tedious. Triple O, and if you would like to know how to spawn Triple O, I do have a link in the description which will take you back to one of my old unique weapons guide on this weapon, and I'll show you how to spawn Omd Ock in that video. The Twister is a pretty powerful weapon, however it is a bit inaccurate because the bullet spread goes into the shape of a tornado, which can make it quite inaccurate from long distances. I myself am not a fan of the Necromancer, but I'd assume that Gage would be pretty good with this weapon because it is always shock elemental. Overall, it's a pretty powerful weapon and is very different and unique from other Jacob's weapons. This next weapon is known as the Triquetra shotgun. It is a very powerful Jacob's weapon and it kills enemies pretty quickly because it has a ridiculous pellet count, and the damage is also increased compared to other weapons similar to it. This weapon can be acquired by doing one of the quests in the Clan Wars series, specifically the quest called End of the Rainbow. Overall, I really like this weapon. The best way to use it is hitting the enemies at close range, making sure you get all the pellets on target. I like to use the Siren with this weapon so you can phase lock, and then get really close to the slagged enemy and easily just take him out with one shot, because the Triquetra can definitely do that. Now, one problem that I do have with this weapon is the ammo consumption. Although you can shoot as fast as you can pull the trigger, it does consume 3 ammo per shot. In my case, I can shoot 3 times before reloading because I have a skill with the Siren that increases my magazine size, but usually you'll only be able to shoot 2, maybe 3 if you have a skill like that. So that is the Triquetra. It is a very, very powerful weapon. It does consume your ammo pretty quickly, and it's only good really when you're shooting close to medium distance at least. Now, I'm sure this next weapon you all know about. This is the legendary shotgun known as the Conference Call, dropped from the Warrior. This was one of the best weapons in Borderlands 2 and still is one of the best shotguns in the game. Now, it's not as good as it used to be when the B shield was at its prime, but it's still a very powerful weapon and it definitely makes the countdown. Now, you guys might be asking, what about the Interfacer? The Interfacer is the Seraph sibling of the Conference Call, and in my video where I compared these two weapons, I did say the Interfacer was better, but I've changed my opinion since then, because the thing about the Interfacer is, which is different from the Conference Call, it consumes 2 ammo per shot, and that is just really not worth the slight amount of damage difference. The Interfacer is slightly more powerful than the Conference Call, but it's definitely not worth it because it consumes 2 ammo per shot, twice as much ammo, just not worth it in my opinion. So that's the Conference Call for the number 3 spot on my list. So for the runner-up, I put the Minecraft shotgun, which is a weapon that people seem to have forgotten about. Well, back when the Minecraft Easter egg was just discovered in this game, it was a pretty huge weapon. Lots of people liked it, but since then, it seems to have kind of like died out. Not a lot of people use this weapon anymore, but it's still one of the best shotguns in the game, and in fact, probably one of my favorite TDR weapons of all time, because if you guys don't know, TDR weapons in this game kind of somewhat suck a lot, but this one is actually really good. For those who are unaware, the Blockhead can be obtained from doing the Minecraft Easter egg, which if you don't know about, just search it up on YouTube. I don't have the time to do a tutorial right now because it is a pretty extended process, but if you just look it up on YouTube, you'll find tons and tons of people who have done tutorials about how to do the Minecraft Easter egg and how to get this weapon. The way the shooting of this weapon works, it shoots a 3x3 spread of fireball blocks that can ricochet off surfaces once. The key to using this weapon is basically to not use the reload method that you would use with most TDR weapons. The key is just to shoot the enemy, and what I mean by that is do not shoot this gun once and then throw it at the enemy and then expect a huge amount of damage. The best way to use this is by just using it like a normal weapon. Now, what I put here at the number 1 spot is something that a lot of people may disagree with, but in my opinion, this is the best shotgun in the game, which is the Teeth of Terramorphous. This is ridiculously good for quite a few reasons. Now, I know the range on this weapon isn't that good and the accuracy is a bit questionable, but if you're close to the enemy, you can massacre any single normal enemy with just one shot if you use it right. What I like to do with the Siren is just hold them in one place, get up close, and just take them out with just one shot. It's very simple to use. Now, what I really like about the Teeth of Terramorphous, it has it doesn't consume much ammo at all because it cuts 1 ammo per shot, and the clip is humongous. Like, it's usually around 20 or something. That's really, really helpful. So that's why this is my favorite shotgun, because you can use it for a long time without stopping, and it's also extremely powerful, especially when you're shooting from close range. What's cool about this weapon is that it works pretty well against lots of types of enemies. It actually works quite well against creatures, which is something that not a lot of incendiary elemental weapons can do well. And by the way, the Teeth of Terramorphous is always a fire elemental weapon. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll be seeing you next time. Goodbye.